On this video, we are going to be using some of the analyzing tools to gather information about this part. This is the part that requires machining. So the first thing we are going to do, we are going to the assembly navigator. We're going to click here, and then we're going to expand the assembly. And we are going to make the parent invisible by deselecting this one. But now we're gonna make the part itself visible. So we're gonna select this one here. All right, and now we are going to say analyze, and then here we are going to click this arrow, and we're going to click or select NC Assistant. And here we're gonna leave analysis type to levels. And next we are going to select everything by creating a rectangle around the part. And now everything is selected. If we just wanted to select some surfaces instead of the whole part, then we would need to select those surfaces, right? But in this case, we are selecting the whole part. All right, so the next step, we are going to specify the vector. We're gonna select the z-axis as a vector, and then all we need to do now is just to say analyze geometry, and there it goes. The software is analyzing the levels. In other words, is analyzing at which level is each flat surface. And this information is necessary for us to know what kind of tools, or the length of cut of the tools we are going to be using to machine this part. All right, so the next thing we are going to do is to click here on information, and then we're gonna see the results for each one of those levels. For example, the deep blue is 1 inch 600. I'm gonna round numbers. And then the strong green is 1 inch 550. And then the strong cyan is 850, and the deep red is 450. So those are the depths, or the levels, for each color, right? So we are going to the next step. We are going to close this information window, and we are going to change this analysis type. We're going to change it to corners, and we're going to analyze the corners on this part. All right, so all we need to do now is just to click here again, and this way the software is gonna give us the information for all these corners. Correct? And same way as before, we are going to, on results, we are going to click on information, and the software is giving us information for all those corners. Obviously, this is in inches, it's not metric. All right, so we are going to jump to the next step, and the next thing we are going to be analyzing is going to be the draft. So we change the analysis type to draft. Correct. And then we are going to select the z-axis as a vector. Z-axis. All right. And then all we need to do now is just to say analyze geometry. And this is the result here. The software is going to give us the information for the drafts on this part, and we just click on information here and there it goes. These are the angles for those surfaces. All right, take your time to think about all the angles on each area when you do it on your own with a different part. This also is important because sometimes it's just better to use a draft and mill instead of wasting time doing a 3D contouring toolpath. And that's why this information is important. Saving time when machining a part is really important, so keep that in mind. All right, so now we are going to analyze the blends. And in the reference vector group here, we are going to keep this one at infrared vector, and we are going to select this line here, and the arrow has to be pointing to the right side. Okay, from here, all right, if the arrow is not pointing to the right direction, let's say it was pointing that way, all we need to do is just to double click here on the head, and it's gonna be pointing to the right direction, or the desired direction. All right, okay, so now we just click on analyze geometry and then we can compare, right, all the colors with the information window, and we just click here on analyze geometry. Oh, excuse me, we click here on information. And basically it's giving us the information for all the blends. I have a question about this. So what happens if we change the vector? Let's say cancel. Alright, let's say NC Assistant. We select everything. And then we say blends, and then on a specified vector we keep this at infrared vector, and we click here, and now the arrow is pointing to the left, and now we say analyze geometry. All right, what was the difference? Okay, let's change the axis. Let's do it again. NC Assistant, select the part, specify vector, we say Z-axis, but it's pointing down, which is negative. And then we say analyze geometry, and okay, there are no blends. It's giving us no results because obviously on this direction there are no blends. That's why. Okay, let's just go the opposite. NC Assistant, we select the surfaces, and now we select the Z-axis, but up is going, this time is going on the plus direction or the positive direction. We are going to say analyze. Oh, I forgot to select blends. Okay, the vector selected. Yep, okay, so that's how it works. It detects the blends in relation to the axis that you select. That's why on this this time when we set up is detecting this blend and this blend here, right? It should be detecting this one too and this one, but it's not. Well, it doesn't matter because we can analyze those blends using the other axis. In this case would be the y-axis or the x-axis. Okay, so we're gonna say cancel, and now we're going to make the whole assembly visible. And now on analysis, we are going to say measure, and we're going to unselect this one, the angle, and then we're just going to select the face of this clamp and the face of this clamp, and the distance is 4 3/4, or 4 inches 750. That's the other way to say it. So now we just say cancel, and the last thing we are going to do oh, we are going to analyze the we are going to make this one invisible, make this one visible again, and we're going to analyze the we're going to say tools, and then we're going to say more, and then we're going to say object information, and we're going to select the holes on the top of the part. I have to hurry up because I cannot go over 15 minutes, and then we say okay, and that is the information for those holes. The center point of the holes and the diameter or the radius. And I think that's it. Maybe I have time to show you this too. We say geometry, and then here we can use bounding body to okay, I can do it, sorry.